Hello, my name's Ian Swanson, and today for our Unity project, we are meant to complete the milestone 3 of one trigger death punch, in which we have to create an asteroid obstacle that it would hit crashes into the player. We take damage. Hang on, let's load. Boom, gotta run. Where we hit the player up here, it deals 5 damage, and if we hit the one that's moving us, it will instantly kill us, instantly kill the player with our health and death scripts, in which if we get hit and if there's an instant kill, it does not look for the damage, it just instantly calls die. And for our, where is it, health scripts, we need to be able to implement health and see if we're at or below 0, we need to implement a die script like so. And for understanding the principle of object-oriented programming, we have objects, which are like the physical things in our game, like our ship, our little asteroids, and our, let's see, I guess lasers or something when we add later. I'm not sure. We have the classes, which are the ideas of what we wanted to do, like our controllers, our death controllers, all our different health and meteor and pawns. Those are all classes that we call for in instances, which refer to specific objects, like how our ship has an instance of the pawn class, the health, the death, destroy, colliders, etc. They're all instances on this object that create this functionality for our game. And we do that through abstraction, which is how we go about hiding all this information from overwhelming our other programmers and game devs, because we love them and don't want to hurt them most of the time, so that instead of them seeing all of this, they can just set the current, max HP, and just go on with their happy little lives. Isn't that right, Alexander? But we also do OOP through encapsulation, which specifically for our pawn is how we encapsulate the different idea of what a pawn should be, of which it needs to be able to move towards things. It needs to be able to move in different directions, rotate, teleport, and increase or decrease its speed. We do these types of operations when we inherit certain ideas from other scripts. Like if we look at our little movie boy again, our pawn, we can see that it has the pawn right here, but our controller is the one actually doing the inputs for our player to move around. So our, what is it? Not meteor. Joking. Blue ship, player 1, there it is. Our controller is actually doing all the input controls for our guy, and so for it to actually move the sprite and the game object, it needs to inherit the pawn, of which it then calls all its different movement scripts and teleporting and different stuff like that. In this case, for the MoveTowards, my little meteor script is what's inheriting the MoveTowards stuff from the meteor pawn that's right here. That's an instance. It's inheriting it and how it's moving towards the player. And then lastly, this polymorphism, which just as I had on the, the pawn, we take this one thing, this one function, and we transform it, we change it to be able to intake multiple different types of parameters, so that instead of having all these different functions and scripts and having it all chaotic, we just have it in one nice little set that feed into each other of how, let's see, this game object, when you call the game object, it actually calls the transform, which actually calls the position, and vice versa. Actually, not vice versa. So that when you call one, it can just go down the line and just do the function that you intend for up here, so that you do not have to go through the strain of like, which function do I need for which purpose, or which thing do I want to input it, and makes everyone's life so much easier. And yeah, this is my project. Fly around, avoid asteroid that's constantly chasing, and gets destroyed. Have a nice day.